rumors out there that if you associate with anyone other than the county, and in our case, Beaufort County GOP, or the state GOP, in any kind of political endeavor, you are to be shunned, damned, thrown stones at, and anything else biblical that they can come up with. And that just is not true. There were rumors that, well, they're trying to start another political party. That is not true. There are rumors out there that they're going to hijack how we do elections in Beaufort County. Those people are going to hijack it. No, we haven't talked about hijacking anything. What is happening throughout this country and throughout all 46 counties that make up this state is, and actually I dare say, probably close to, if not all 3,198, whatever it is, counties in this country, is the utter destruction of the Republican Party from the inside. You are the answer, and your friends are the answers. And that's why we're here. Now, the other elephant in the room is, what in the hell is he talking about? So I want you to ask yourself, to stress this point, are you tired of feeling not well represented at the county level?
Yes.
And I don't just mean the county politicians. I don't just mean that, even though I do, but I'm talking about all encompassing. Do you feel tired? Are you tired of not being engaged in the party process? It is our party. Have you ever felt like, well, I really don't know what those GOPers do, but I'm a GOPer, and I'm going to send them my $20 or $40 or $50 or whatever it is, but I really don't know what they do. Have you found yourself ever asking, what really do we believe? I venture to say, if I was to take a poll, and I'm not, but if I was to ask how many people in this room actually have the Republican creed in your pocket, I bet we could count it on probably 3 fingers. I don't. If somebody does, kudos to you. But you see, even ourselves, we don't really know what is it we believe in. We hear the talking points, well, it's the party of Lincoln. It's the party of Reagan. That sounds good, and there's some good meaning to that. But what does it really believe? If you had more conversation with GOP leadership, might that take the edge off of not knowing what those GOPers really do? I think it would. And of course, it's always safe to say, are you sick and tired of having to ask anyone, any group, for financial transparency? Have you ever gotten sick and tired of having to ask somebody, how did you spend the money? And I hope that everyone is asking, finish that story, Mike. So I'm going to. The Beaufort County Republican Party collects your dollars every year as part of your membership. It is your right, my right, to know how that money is spent. You have that right. I led a big coalition that's still going on to investigate chambers of commerce and how their dollars are spent that are given to them from counties, which means that's your money. The same thing applies here. So there are several people in this room, me included, that have reached out to our local GOP chairman to ask, how'd you spend the money? Not once have I seen, nor have I done, any type of alleged attack I don't know how they've spent the money. Hell, I would love to be able to look at a line item and say, how did XYZ get $1,500? We don't even have that. No one else that I've talked to has been able to have that. No one else has even been told affirmatively on paper, no. There have been some innuendos of don't worry about it, it's not public information. Just sit down, everything is good, we keep electing them for you. It's time that people have to understand we don't have to accept that. We need to know where that financial transparency is. My final question for that would be, are you tired of the same establishment political hacks or politicos serving in office and feeling like you have nothing to say? Have you ever felt like maybe in your mind you walked off from a meeting or watching someone on TV or maybe a debate and felt, did he or she get elected or were they selected? Has anybody ever felt that way?
Yes.
You have reason to feel that way because I'm telling you from firsthand knowledge, it happens. It happens up and down the ballot, sideways. Sometimes people don't even get on the ballot.
Yeah, so that's one of the other big things we teach people. Watch what they do, not what they say. Watch what they do, not what they say. They will say a lot of stuff. They will say what you want to hear. They'll say they support school choice. Watch what they do. They'll say they want to support election integrity. Watch what they do. I mean, we do not, and Mike is right, and I saw Keith shaking his head about the election integrity thing. It's horrible. You know, it's horrible. I don't know one legislator in the state house that is pushing for good quality election integrity. They're not doing it. Ask yourself why. What is precinct reorg? Reorg is a process that is required, a statutory process that's required every 2 years. The government pays to run our primaries. That's how we pick our candidates. We can pick our candidates through a convention and just have a convention and pick them that way. But we elect them. I don't know what it costs. It costs millions and millions of dollars. So the state is paying for it. So if you're a major party, they're putting your name on the ballot, you have to have what's called a fair process. Every 2 years, the state party, the Republicans on the odd years, the Democrats on the even years, have to have reorganization. Every position in the Republican Party in the state is available, from your precinct to the county to the state level. This is how we get involved and take the party back. You must be a registered voter. We don't have registration by party here. So, I mean, who knows? I mean, Democrats can cross over into our precinct reorg process as well. That's their problem. There's some safeguards that we try to implement it in that regard, but be a registered voter. And then what we do at the precinct level, there's 3 levels. There's your local precinct, which is where you go and vote. Each precinct is about 2,500, 3,000, 3,500 people, okay? Our county, yours, I think y'all were saying, is 96 precincts. In Greenville, we're 151. It is a planning nightmare to plan 151 precincts and take that over. I will tell you, Greenville was probably, if we did what we did in Greenville, you can do the same process in every county of our state. And that's what we're doing. We're not saying, you know what, we're going to cherry pick a couple counties and maybe in 10 years we can flip this state back. We want to flip this state back as fast as possible. We're taking on all 46 counties and we're taking on the state leadership, and we want them to know about it. We're coming after them. But in your precinct, how many people know, do you know your precinct? I guess you at least know the name of your precinct. I didn't know. I wouldn't even know we had a precinct. And it was nice to hear Mike say that. Do you know if your precinct's organized or not? Do you know who your leadership is? Will Kevin send you a list and tell you your leaders? They wouldn't even tell us in Greenville. That's why we got so upset about it. When you ask questions, and I know Mike's talking about the financial issues here, and I'm hearing the same financial issues in other counties. We put our information up there. We want everybody to know. That's the way you should run an organization. That's the way you run a business. That's the way you run a nonprofit. We want people to know. So why are they hiding this stuff from us? But the different leadership levels at the precinct, there's the executive committeeman. That's the person who goes to the county meetings, however often you have which is critically important because that's where the power is in the vote at the county level. There's the precinct president, maybe you have a first vice president, that person individual manages the precincts, sets up the meetings, all that type of stuff, get out the vote measures. Your treasurers, in our case, in Greenville, you essentially didn't do anything except collect money on that once a year on that reorganization. What we're doing is we're going to push down to the treasurers of their each precinct. How do we get them involved? Get them talking about fundraising. Get them involved in getting people out. And your secretary that keeps track of the records and lists, those types of things. I will tell you, each county does it differently. Each precinct can do it differently. If you want a true active precinct, and I'll tell you what we have done, our precincts in the June primaries, there were about, I would say about 12 to 14% participation in Greenville. We didn't have an exciting congressional race like y'all did down here in the first district. But you've got 250 people coming out to vote. Guess what? In all 150, this is the dream and the vision that we've got going on in Greenville. We want to get our precincts activated so the next go around, instead of 250 people, they're turning out 300 or 350 or 400 people. And if those are good conservatives, we flip everything in this state. One fell swoop, and that's what we're looking at doing in 2024. And we have got to get involved, and we've got to get busy, and we've got to go out and talk to some people.